This is the heaviest tank in World of Tanks Blitz, weighing in at over 168 tons. You do not want to mess with this vehicle if it's coming full speed at you. Although full speed may only be 20 kilometers per hour, it still will hurt quite a bit if you are a lightly armored vehicle, or even one that does have quite a bit of armor. If this thing rams you, it still will probably take about 200 to 300 off. Now, this vehicle bears the name VK168.01P. Basically has the tonnage in the name of the tank. In today's video, we are going to be talking about how to get it absolutely free with the Cryptos Challenge, which is pretty easy. All you got to do is actually win 200 games. I don't even need to break much into it. Just win 200 battles in the next 12 days and 23 hours, and you can get it guaranteed. Yesterday, when it was 14 days left, I did the math, and you needed to win about 15 battles on average every day to get it for free. You don't need to do any of this code breaking stuff down here. Don't need to use gold. It's just a really easy event to get for free, and I would highly suggest that all of you do complete this. Now, you need to complete all the stages around it, but really, it's not that hard. Every battle you win, you get 3 of those gear coin things, and then, yeah, just win 200. 2 times 3 is 600. Boom, you got your tank for free. Now, this is the VK100.01P, another German super heavy, but this one is on the tech tree. And the reason I'm going to be bringing this vehicle up in today's video is for anybody that, first of all, cannot complete the event quick enough. Well, you got news to look up towards. The VK100, in my opinion, is actually a better vehicle, and it's more enjoyable to run. While the 168 is a giant German behemoth, I actually think the 100, which is a little bit smaller, and it actually carries better armor. The upper plate is stronger, the cupola is way thicker, it doesn't have big old turret cheeks that are big weak spots, and the lower plate is as well quite hard to pen. So because of that, I like the 100 more because I can be a lot more effective in it compared to the 168. Now, that doesn't mean the 168's bad. It's a vehicle that a lot of people didn't like when it first came out, including me, but I kind of grew to love it, and yeah, especially with Gravity Force being out now, it is an insane vehicle to play. Now, this battle here, we are up against Tier 9 opponents. We got a K91, Leopard PTA. That waffle really did not like me this battle. You're going to see what happens, but yeah, right now, I'm just driving up on skedaddling my way. This tank only goes about 20 kilometers per hour, which is not great. Obviously, only going 20 is not going to be the most enjoyable for some of you guys that don't like slow vehicles, but you will like that big alpha. 503 damage in that first shot. Now, you can see I'm wiggling this vehicle as much as I can, but ooh, yeah, that shot got me quite annoyed. He even missed the lower plate and still managed to hit the edge of it. Ah! Yeah, that could be annoying sometimes. But this LEKPC is doing a bit of tunnel vision, and because of that, he does not notice the big German super heavy aiming a 600 alpha HE at his vehicle, and oh, I'm so sorry. 675 with 1 shell, and that guy's game with 2 shots into him has basically been ruined. Now, even though you can see there, I angled this vehicle quite well. I saw that waffle pulling out. I had the quick decision to angle it, and even though it was angled, he still went straight through my armor. That shows you how weak the 168's armor is. Now, I'm not sure if that guy just doesn't like me and he was purposely trying to only go for me or what, but yeah, we're already down about 1,400 hit points this battle. That's not great. Yeah, gotta be very worried about that. But at the same time, we still have brought up about 1,200 on damage, and we have blocked 700 at that. So, now what are we gonna do? Well, we got that K91 pushing off to the side, so bam, thank you, ma'am. 1,625 damage now. K91 lost a big chunk. I do love the alpha, even though this vehicle doesn't bounce all the many shells. Because it does have so much alpha damage and so many hit points, you're just able to kind of chunk enemy hit points off. Like, that's a Tier 9 heavy tank. And even though it's a Tier 9 heavy, how much hit points does it have? It's got 2,100. So basically, we have the same hit points as a Tier 9 heavy tank. That's Tier 9, and we're at Tier 8. We got the same alpha, and actually similar penetration on the standard. Not necessarily the premium, but still, that's quite impressive. So what are we going to do here? Well, that 111 did get a shell into me again. You can see barely even aimed and just went straight through that lower plate. Now, I did see the WZ-111 shoot, so now we're going to tap him again for another 504 roll. And with that, we're now sitting at 2,558 damage. We need 1 more penetration to break that 3,000 damage barrier. And oh, would you look at that? A fresh target to shoot at. The K91. We're going to aim right on the rear of his turret just because I didn't want to have that chance to hit that guy's gun. And there you have it, folks. 3,075 damage in this battle. So you can definitely see the armor did not hold up. And that's what you expect in this vehicle. For anybody expecting this thing to bounce shells in pubs, really don't. It really just, its armor on the side is awful. The side of the turret is very weak. The cupola on the roof of this tank is extremely easy to penetrate. Same for the cheeks, as long as you have over about 220 pen. It really is an easy vehicle to penetrate. I never ever regard this thing as having incredible armor. If you're up against opponents that don't know how to go up against it, yes, you will get bounces, but that probably goes for any tier 8 heavy tank to put in that counter argument. So there you go, 69,000 credits, 3,075 damage, and a pretty good battle for the 168. Now we're going to pull into a game with the VK100 and show you the difference of this tank, how it's able to be a lot more aggressive, bounce a crap ton of shells, and why I personally enjoy this vehicle more. Now, obviously, this battle is very subjective, but I do find this armor to be better. First of all, the upper plate is stronger, and what that means is while you're face-hugging people, you don't have to worry as much about being penetrated in the front. The cupola on this vehicle, while it is bigger, is actually about 220 to 230 millimeters thick, and if you hit the edges of it, it's about 250. So what that means is you actually will get a lot of bounces on that cupola. And because the gun can actually hide it, you'll see what I'm going to do, it actually is very, very hard to penetrate, where the VK168 is a little bit easier because you can't really get that gun as high and as easily hidden on that cupola. Plus, as well, you got those big old turret cheeks that most people shoot at. This vehicle does not have those big turret cheeks. You can see here they're much, much smaller. And if you miss them and you hit the edge, it's a lot harder to penetrate this vehicle. So, yeah, it's a very different type of playstyle. Now, for me, as I said, I think this vehicle's better. The armor just seems more reliable. And this also goes for YouTubers like Meadsy. He said he enjoys this vehicle more, and I'm pretty sure anybody that will drive both of these vehicles, you'll just see that this tank seems to be better. Now there's a beautiful shot on the side of the Yag Tiger 8.8, and oh, that alpha, once again, 460 damage per shot really does feel so strong if you're able to work it. We got that T23E3 off to the side as well. I was hoping that maybe that T71 was going to stay still, but yeah, this guy, he's not going to enjoy this. Boom, 476, and now we're at 988 damage. You can see I'm wiggling this vehicle as much as I can here. I know that T71 does not have the most penetration, so I was like, okay, that guy's just going to drive away, but no, he actually drove into a wall. Now you're going to see some unfortunate stuff happen here. HE, and it goes low. One of the things you got to know about the 100 and the 168 is they boast terrible on movement dispersion and as well dispersion in general. What that means is that, yes, you will struggle to penetrate high explosive shells. Here we go again, another HE shell, and like, what? How did it hit the track? Oh, yeah, irritable is that definitely there. Then we got the M3O trying to push on me, carrying the Top Gun, a 3-shell autoloader with very, very good penetration. Not too excited about that, and you're going to see just what happens in a moment. Yeah, we also got an M6 experimental, so I'm going to aim this vehicle. There you go, or angle, not aim. So we got a bounce from the M3O and as well the M6. With that, we're at 1,240 damage blocked. Now, I do know that the M6 is reloaded, and there you go, perfect. We get the bounce from the EXP, so perfect. We got the bounce there. Now with the M6 dead, now we got to deal with the M3. Wow, this is just... woof. M3, M6, I'm surprised an M5's not going to pull out in a second here. But there we go. There's one bounce. I want to back up just for a second to get that pen into him. Then pull up so he's not shooting me. And there we go. We're at 2,200 damage blocked. He resorts to shooting my teammate. And if you'll notice, I did point my gun up when he was trying to shoot my cupola. And because of that, he actually could not shoot it because it was blocked by that huge old part in the beginning there. That big thick part actually blocks a huge amount of the mantlet if you're able to stick it up, something that the VK168 does not have. That mantlet's actually great because you can angle it up, get those blocks, and yeah, we're at 2,600 damage blocked this game and 3,600 damage dealt. Now, as I said before about the VK168 and the 100, I think that the 168 is definitely worth it to get, not only for gravity mode, but if you just have the time and the battles to put in, there's no downside to doing it. You're getting a free tier 8. But the reason I wanted to make this video is to show you that if you don't have the time, or you don't want to play Blitz for 15 wins a day, then don't feel disappointed. The 168, it's a good tank, but this tech tree vehicle's better, and I don't see this vehicle getting nerfed anytime soon. It's fun to play, it's basically the same, so that's my personal opinion. 4,670 damage dealt, 3,000 blocked, and that's a pretty dang good mastery if I do say so myself. Hopefully, all of you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.